Hello and good morning. I'm Ryan from NFM. Today we're here to talk about Microsoft products with Cooper. Just remember, ask your questions or comment in chat for your chance to win a $250 NFM gift card. Cooper?
Super excited to be here. Thanks everyone for joining who's tuning in today. We're going to talk a little bit about Microsoft products that's spanning from operating systems like Windows to lines of businesses like Copilot Plus PCs to Surface to Microsoft 365. So we do have a lot of content to cover, so I do want to jump into it. But let's talk first about Copilot Plus PC. So these devices, these are Copilot Plus PCs, but it does kind of span further from just Microsoft products and Surface. We have OEM partners, so you'll see Lenovo, you'll see Asus, HP. Sorry if I'm forgetting any of them, but Copilot Plus PC is really just a class of devices. And kind of before I get into Copilot Plus PC and what that means, I think it's really important to talk about kind of AI in general. There tends to be some customer skepticism around that. A lot of education gaps. Super new, something that's really new to PCs, to essentially everything that it's been integrated into at this point. So I do want to talk about Copilot. So question for you, what do you currently know about Copilot kind of leading up to this point?
Copilot, I know there's a difference between Copilot Plus PC and a regular Copilot PC. That's a pretty common question that we hear a lot from customers. In terms of its features, not a whole lot, but I do know there's a couple nice things about the Copilot Plus PC that allow it to make your job a little bit easier when you're using it, if you want to expand on that.
Right, yeah, of course. So to your point, yeah, Copilot Plus PC, Copilot, they're two totally different things. I know it's kind of has the same name here, so there could be some confusion there. But when we reference Copilot, so that's going to be more software oriented. If you're familiar with things like ChatGPT or just like a standard chat bot that you may use, it's going to be similar to that. So it's going to be AI in a chat kind of conversational type format. You can use it across just the app itself or online. There's other mediums that you could use it across, but that you will need internet to connect to the chatbot, to connect to a server, to get all of these answers. So that's kind of the difference there, whereas Copilot is software, whereas when we get into Copilot Plus PC, that relates more to the hardware of these devices. So it's kind of starting with Copilot in Windows and what that looks like. So just like any other Windows device, they can download Copilot. You can download it as the chatbot. You can integrate it into your web browser. And it's something that all of these Windows devices can get. I'm kind of elevating these Windows devices. So that does not mean, since you can download Copilot on those devices, that it is a Copilot Plus PC. So just want to make that clarification there. So what you can do is essentially ask it any question. It'll give you an answer kind of based off of your prompt. You can help it with search terms. You can even speak to it in natural language, and it'll use Copilot voice to talk back to you and have that conversation. You can use Copilot Vision, share your screen, have it look at maybe product options, and you can ask it, hey, find me a product similar to this, but maybe at a cheaper price. So essentially just kind of helps you in your everyday. You can ask it questions, have it do things kind of in the background, but it's only how much you put into it. So I know there's a lot of essentially fear around AI. Is it going to be secure? Is it going to be safe? Is it going to take over? All these sorts of things. So, Copilot and AI is really a tool for you, and you get out of it how much you put into it.
Yeah. So do you want to talk to us about the Microsoft Surface laptop?
Yeah. So Surface laptops. So these are going to be Copilot Plus PCs, and I kind of want to get into that conversation before we look at these devices. So Copilot Plus PC, as I mentioned before, is in the hardware of the device. So this is going to have this neural processor that really specifies on AI functionality. And so when it takes that workload away from the other components that are traditionally in a laptop, you get a product that runs so efficiently and really smooth, and you'll be able to extend the battery life of the product. So these are going to be great for people who are always unplugged, maybe students or professionals that work remote or in coffee shops or are traveling a lot. Someone who needs to be unanchored from those outlets, maybe using these over multiple days without having to charge them. On average, we say Copilot Plus PCs are 22 hours running battery life. And I mean, nobody's going to sit there for 22 hours and work on a laptop. So most of the time, it's going to span multiple days, kind of depending on how you're using it. So that's Copilot Plus PC, and we will see a couple additional features as well. So with Copilot Plus PC, You'll get additional features that really work towards productivity that you won't get on any other devices. So as I mentioned before, a Copilot device is different from Copilot Plus PC, and that's because it has improved performance, it'll have better security, and it'll have exclusive AI experiences. And these AI experiences are going to be native to the device, right? So it's going to be running on the device. It won't need to connect to Wi-Fi, as we mentioned before with standard Copilot. So that makes it even more secure since nothing has to connect to like any data server. It's all local on your device. Sometimes you can use some of these AI experiences without even Wi-Fi. Things like the translation feature, if you're a traveler, you can use that abroad, things of that sort.
Okay. What are some of the features that Copilot Plus offers over a regular Copilot?
Yeah, great question. Let's get into it. I do want to start with some demos here. So let's go ahead and pull up our Click to Do demo. Cool, so this is Click to Do, and essentially what this is using AI to interact with your screen, kind of making those interactable moments, right? So you can use AI, it'll take a screenshot of your screen, and then you'll be able to take even more steps from there. And I like to do this kind of in a form of a PDF, so we're looking at a PDF here. I find PDFs traditionally to be hard to work with, right? They're a lot of the times locked, you can't really copy the images, and it's hard to copy the text. So we held the Windows key and clicked, and that'll take the screenshot. And then from here, you can even say we can do a visual search with Bing. We can blur the background. We can edit the photo. We can really do multiple different steps with this, integrating AI into it. On the right side there, we have this kind of wall of text. If you don't want to read that, we can go ahead and summarize it with Copilot. We can have Copilot rewrite that summary, or you can copy and paste it into your notes if you're a student. You can have it create a bulleted list as well. So really, it's about creating those interactable moments with things that may not be interactable.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that's Click to Do. One that I use in my day in and day out. I think it's super effective for things like planning a trip, right? If you're browsing and looking at all these different PDFs on where to go, what to do, maybe like travel guides, things like that. Maybe there's an image in there. You don't know where it is, so you can use Click to Do, select the image, and then do an image search and say, hey, where is this? And then kind of find those locations. So that's just a great use case that I personally use it for.
Yeah. How about Recall?
Yeah, Recall. Let's get into Recall. Great demo. And this is kind of another way to save time when finding things on your device. All right, so we're going to use Windows Hello, that biometric authentication feature, to get into our history of our device. And this is essentially a photographic memory of your device. So as you're working across your multiple apps and browsers, it'll take snapshots of your screen, similar to what we saw with Click to Do, but it puts it in a timeline here. So here's that PDF that we were working with before. We can recall that. Since we knew it was just the other day, we can kind of go back with the timeline and interact with that, or jump back into that web page. But at the top here, let's go ahead and search. So we search term butternut. So what that does is gives us a couple different searches here. So we have visual matches, we have text matches, but since butternut wasn't even a text match that it pulled up, it made sense of that. It took your prompt and said, hey, what does this mean? Maybe this is what you mean. And it pulled up a winter squash recipe. So again, it's not just based off of text searches. You don't have to be super literal. You can use natural language. Even if you misspell things, it'll kind of make sense of it and find the most relevant results across your PC. You can even filter it. So there was a safety concern amongst customers of, oh, it's taking screenshots of my history. Will it screenshot sensitive data? Well, we're kind of showing here that you can really filter and personalize those settings and what it's capturing. So you can delete the history. You can even turn snapshots off altogether if it's something you don't want to utilize. You can filter sensitive information. Say you want to filter out your bank app, right? You don't want it to take screenshots of your bank app. I turn it off when I'm watching Netflix just because I find that it takes up a lot of storage and I won't ever really recall those moments. So I pause it until the next day. So again, it's just a great way to find things on your device with AI, super easy, kind of overall saving you time in the long run.
Yeah. And speaking of finding things on your device, how about the improved Windows search?
Right, another great call. Great demo. I think kind of the theme you'll see across these AI demos is finding things on your device, right? Finding the thing. I feel like a lot of the time we're finding, spending so much time finding files and settings and multiple things on your device that AI can really just kind of take that workload off and have your productivity be a lot more efficient. So improved window search, great demo. Let's take a look at it and we'll see what that means. Improved window search is really just kind of marketing fluff for using AI to search on your device, right? So in this instance, we are building a PowerPoint and it's about a cityscape. And again, using improved window search, so we can use natural language to find files or images or settings on our PC. So say we need to insert a picture here, we can go into our File Explorer and search cityscape because we're looking for a picture of a cityscape. And so when these pictures pull up, you'll notice that the names of these files are all just random, right? It's image with a number, kind of just uses metadata there. But if we want to search for the image, it'll pull up kind of the most relevant results and give us all the images of cityscapes on our device. Then we can go ahead and copy it and paste it into our PowerPoint presentation. And as I mentioned earlier, we can even extend this over to settings, right? So if I am looking to implement maybe my headphones, we can go into the search bar and type, I want to add my headphones to this device. And then you'll see the first result there is Bluetooth settings. So then you can click on that. It'll take you right to where you want to add your headphones. So again, using natural language, you don't have to be so precise when finding things, maybe backspace and then search another term so it pulls up the most relevant result. AI will kind of make sense of it. So great, across those three use cases, it's just a great way that you could actually integrate AI into your everyday. Yeah. It's not some kind of arbitrary software that generates images and I have no idea how to use it.
Yeah.
There's real life use cases that you can use these across these devices. So that's essentially the three main demos that I use when using my Copilot Plus PCs.
Perfect. And if we want to talk about the physical Microsoft products now,
the
laptop and the Surface.
Right. Yeah. So these are Microsoft's Copilot Plus PCs, and these are going to be our Surface devices. And when we look at the Surface lineup and the Surface family, we really see two different form factors. So we're going to see the Surface laptop, which is just kind of this standard normal laptop clamshell function. And then we also have this Surface Pro, which is going to be the more 2-in-1 tablet orientation. You can disconnect the keyboard and then you can snap that back in and use it in a more PC form factor. So both of these devices are, again, part of that Surface family, and they are a part of that Copilot Plus PC lineup and class of devices. They come in different sizes, kind of depending on what you're using it for, right? So a kind of rule of thumb that I have is the bigger the screen, the better the performance. So we have the 15-inch here. This is going to have our Snapdragon X Elite chip. So this is going to be good for things like video editing or photo editing, or running like an Adobe suite, something that kind of pulls that heavier graphic power or the heavier applications that you need to run this with. But once we get to the 13.8-inch or even the 13-inch Surface laptop, the use case is going to change a little bit, right? So when we get to the smaller device, that's going to be a more entry level to an AI device used for things like watching YouTube, paying your bills, maybe running the productivity suite with Microsoft 365. And using the demos that we had saw earlier. The 13.8, it'll kind of do a mix of those. It won't run kind of the highest applications, but it has a little more productivity use case than the 13-inch.
Yeah.
And then we'll get over to the Surface laptop. This is going to be great, the Surface Pro. This is going to be great for creatives or remote workers or people on the go. This is going to be our more portable device. As you saw, it kind of turns into a tablet there for that 2-in-1 form factor. You can kind of close this up as well, kind of using it, doubling as a case there. And I find that creatives like to use the pen as well. So you have pen storage in the keyboard. We can have the pen, it automatically connects. And then from here, we can use it to do multiple different things. Obviously, this is just a demo. And then on some other devices, so we have the smaller one here, the pen storage is just going to kind of be on the back here. You click it in, and that's how you would host it on the smaller device. And same kind of story here. So with the smaller devices, that's going to be a more entry-level use case. So I find that creatives like the higher processor better because a lot of the creatives are going to be using like that Adobe, things that you need to really interact with the screen. These are both touchscreens as well. So if touchscreen is not something that you value in a PC, it's there if you need it. But for those people who do like to touch the screen, like to draw on it, interact with it, it's available there if you want it.
All right, so let's go ahead and answer some questions that we've got from the viewers here.
Yeah.
Starting off with, is it mobile? So how mobile are these devices? Are they lightweight? Are they easy to carry around with you?
Yeah, if being kind of more portable is something that you value in your PC, I would definitely skew towards more of like the smaller devices, the smaller screens. So once you get into like the 13.8 inch, that's a little more portable, or the 13 inch, or even the 12-inch Surface Pro. Those are going to be easily storable. You can throw them in any bag. It's not as bulky. Whereas when you get into the 15-inch, I find that people who like the higher processing, that need kind of this size screen are mostly stationary, right? You wouldn't see anybody who's traveling really want a bigger screen just for that portability aspect. So if that's something you value, again, you can go to the smaller size. We do, for the 13.8 inch, have an X Elite chip, so you can get the highest performing chip in the medium size screen. So if you want that higher performance and that portability, the 13.8 inch higher performing device would be best for you.
All right. And does Copilot Plus require a subscription at all?
No, Copilot Plus PC does not require a subscription. All the demos that you saw me do are native to the device. So once you open it, boot it up, you'll be able to run those experiences on there. And again, that's only for Copilot Plus PCs. If you get a standard Windows 11 device, great devices, have nothing against them, but you will not get those experiences on those PCs, only on the Copilot Plus PCs.
Yes. And the largest Surface laptop is a 15-inch, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Real quick though, back to your subscription question there. So Copilot Plus PC, no, you do not need a subscription. But if you want to utilize AI kind of across maybe say a Windows device, we do have Copilot, which is again that AI chatbot, something that you need internet for. You do have a free account there, but if you want to go further with that, you can even upgrade your Copilot to get just a couple more different features. You'll have kind of more AI credits, things like that, and just kind of extended functionality. So that's the only case you would need a subscription, is if you had the Copilot app, had an account, and then upgraded from there.
Yeah. And where would you suggest some of our viewers go to watch a tutorial on how to use some of these Copilot Plus features?
A tutorial on some of these. So if you go on YouTube, Microsoft Expert Zone, the YouTube channel has some great videos. They have some great use cases. They go over a lot of the different features. They cover both of these devices as well, along with the different the chips, the different form factors. So Microsoft Expert Zone on YouTube, would definitely check that out. They have kind of like the verified information as well, so you won't get any like content creators that have their own opinions and things like that. It's just simply the facts and gives you what you need to know about these devices.
Yeah. And how about the colors? What colors do these devices come in?
Yeah, so the kind of depending on the screen size that you have, they do come in different colors. So the biggest one is going to come in this black, and then in this kind of like the silver form factor. And then for the smaller ones, we'll have the silver. We'll have Dune, which is kind of like a gold-ish. We'll have a blue, and then we'll have a black. And then these smaller ones, actually, they have Ocean, which is another like version of blue. We have this violet, and then just the standard, the silver as well.
Yeah. And just real quick, I want to remind our viewers that if you comment or ask questions, it does enter you in for a chance to win a $250 NFM gift card. So keep sending us questions, keep making comments. We see them. Next question. Where do the pens come with the Surface Pro?
Good question. So no, the pens and the keyboards actually do not come with the Surface Pro. You can get them in a bundle if you want both of them. You can get the keyboard, you can get the pen on their own, but just kind of depending on what you're going to be using it for. Most of the time, when I see people purchase the Surface Pro, they like the keyboard along with it, just to give that two-in-one factor of a laptop, and you can turn it into a PC if you need it.
Okay. And battery life between devices, does it change at all?
Yeah. So once you get kind of in the higher performing devices, naturally there's going to pull more performance out of the device. So when you get into like the higher processing devices, you'll see a lower battery. So that'll be around 15 hours. Whereas you get into the smaller devices, those will be around 20 to 22 hours.
Gotcha. And do these devices come with cameras? Do they have cameras on them?
Yeah, they do. So the camera will be up here. It's kind of hard to see just because it's so well integrated. But we have this one here. We have these here. Even the smaller Surface Pro will have a camera on the back as well, so you can take pictures from the front facing or back facing. And they're all AI integrated cameras as well. So I don't have the demo loaded, but if you load up the camera and you move around, it'll kind of follow you. It'll zoom in on your face. You can even blur the background across multiple different video formats. And that's all native to the device as well.
Okay. And I just want to clarify, we did have someone ask if the bigger laptop means longer battery life. As Cooper just explained, it's more about the processor that comes in the computer as opposed to the size of the laptop. But like you said earlier, the larger laptops do typically come with a stronger processor, right?
Right, yeah. Okay. And kind of the battery life depends on how long you're using it, right? So if you're an avid user, you're going to be sitting there working maybe 8-9 hours of the day. I mean, I still think you could go a whole work day without charging it. But say you're pulling heavy processes, you're using heavyweight apps, you may need to charge it after like, that 15-hour time frame.
Okay. And do you suggest having screen protectors for these devices?
I think it's a good idea. I mean, it's kind of personal preference at that point, but when you have a screen protector, since these are touchscreen, I think it'll kind of contribute to the longevity of the device. They do have that aluminum chassis, the aluminum framing here, so they're going to be durable in itself. But it's kind of just user preference at that point. But I think with the touchscreen, it's always a good idea to have it to prevent against scratches and things of that sort.
And what would you say is the safest and best way to keep these devices clean? The keyboard, the screen, everything.
Clean in terms of like the software, or just like the actual like cleaning
the physical, yeah.
The physical cleaning. I mean, what I use, and this isn't like some verified method, but I use like the air canisters where it has the nozzle coming out of it. You don't really want to put any type of liquid on these devices. I just think, I mean, with technology, liquid doesn't really work very well with it. So use the air canisters. You can spray between the keys if dirt or dust gets in there. You can use like those microfiber cloths to wipe off any fingerprints off the touchpad or off the screen itself. But yeah, overall, they're pretty durable, and that's yeah.
Okay, and storage options on these devices, how do they differ?
Yeah, so we'll start at 256, so that's going to be the lowest, and then we get up to 512, and then we can get all the way up to 1 terabyte with some of these higher processing devices.
Okay, and is that different at all between the Surface Pro and the laptop?
Just depending on the model you get. So different models will have different processors, they'll have different RAM options, they'll have different storage options. So depending on what you need in your use case, I know a lot of people get the maybe like 256 or 512 just to save a couple bucks, and then they'll get Microsoft 365 on top of it for that 1 terabyte of cloud storage. So they don't need to store things directly on the device, but they'll be able to access some files across multiple devices. Yeah,
and we did get asked, does NFM sell all the accessories? We do sell the styluses and the keyboards for the Surface Pro here, as well as the Microsoft docking station and their mouse that you can get for their Surface laptops. And yeah, that was another question. Can you use the mouse and not the finger pad?
Yes, you can. So we have the Arc mouse. You can attach those to both of them. If the mouse form factor is something that you're interested in, we do have that Arc mouse. The Arc mouse, it literally bends into an arc. So when you flatten it out, it's easier to travel. So back to that portability question, if you're somebody moving around a lot, it's easy to slip into a backpack, easy to take with you when you travel. So yeah.
Yeah, and just one more quick reminder, keep sending questions, making comments in the chat. It enters you in for a chance to win a $250 NFM gift card. We love to answer your questions. We love to see what kind of things you guys are curious about. Are there any USB or USB-C slots on these?
Yeah, so we do have some USB-C. We have USB, and kind of depending on the screen size that you get, it will vary in ports. So when we get to the smaller devices, there will be less ports. The bigger devices have more ports.
Perfect. Is there any upgradability on these in terms of like RAM, storage, like aftermarket?
Right. No. So these are all going to be pretty buttoned up. You won't be able to take those out and upgrade those components individually. If you are looking for more storage, again, I would use Microsoft 365. You get that 1 terabyte per account. So, I mean, that's plenty. I find that most people won't even use up that terabyte. So yeah, there's additional storage there.
Speaking of the cloud storage, would you want to move on and discuss the Microsoft plans that you can get?
Yeah, let's do it. I think to get a good view of Microsoft 365, it would be great to play a quick video on Microsoft 365 since I don't have demos on those. This will kind of just show how we use it and some different features with Copilot integrated into it. Cool. So that's Microsoft 365. As you saw, Copilot is now integrated into it. So you can use AI to do a lot of cool things within that subscription. So we have things like having it draft an email for you or summarize email chains, even taking other documents and having AI reference those to create other documents. So if you're somebody who maybe plans a trip, right, and has all the information in one spot, you can say, hey, Copilot, like write a quick summary of the trip in this Word document that I can send out to all my friends as an overview, so everyone kind of knows what we're doing on this trip. So, Copilot is now integrated. I think it's a great addition to these licenses, kind of allowing you to, again, save time. That's kind of the mantra across AI with Copilot, is saving you time in the long run to do other things, to get more done. So yeah, across all of these apps, the productivity suite, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, you will be able to use AI to help you out in the more the more, I guess, technical applications.
Yeah. Where would you like to start when discussing the packages that we've got from Microsoft?
Yeah, so I always start with personal. I find that more people are going to utilize Microsoft Personal, Microsoft 365 Personal. This is one account. It comes with the productivity suite like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, OneNote, all these things, OneDrive, Microsoft Defender. And again, this is one account, and you will get Copilot integrated into those apps. Now, if you're somebody who has multiple people that would need this license, you can get the family account. So this has 6 accounts, but only the main account holder, so the person that sets it up and sets themselves as the main account, will have access to Copilot. So those AI features inside of the productivity app. So if the 6 accounts want to use Copilot, they can download the app, right? The AI chatbot, the one that connects to the cloud, but integrated into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook, the examples we just saw in that video, that's only the main account holder. And now say AI and Copilot and all the additional features is not something that you're interested in, right? You just need it for one time only. Microsoft Home may be best for you. So this is going to be a kind of a limited subscription. So you'll have, it's a one-time purchase. You'll have Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, the desktop productivity apps. You can install it on any device, but you will not get continuous updates like you will with these. So with these, you will always have the latest version. With this, it's just that version of that year that you purchase, no updates to that.
Is there any way, can you log in on multiple devices with any of these?
Yeah, so you can download on as many devices as you have, but you can only use 5 simultaneously. And I find that people use it across devices, right? So I have an Excel sheet that tracks like calorie count and workouts and things like that. So if I'm at the gym, then I can pull it up on my phone and kind of go through my workout plan there. So again, you can do it across a phone, a PC, a laptop, a tablet, all those sorts of things. So you can use it across all of your devices.
Yeah. And we did get a question if there was any Microsoft 365 apps that come with the laptops. Nothing comes pre-installed, correct?
So Microsoft 365 does not come with the device. It may come pre-installed, like the app will be there, but you will not have all the features and benefits that you get when purchasing the product here.
Okay, sounds good. Is there anything else about these packages?
I think that covers most of it. I think most importantly, it's just knowing the difference between the plans, what you get with them. With these, you'll get Copilot integration into them, which is a huge added benefit. And this one is just going to be kind of that one-off purchase.
Yeah. And another reminder for those watching, make sure to leave comments, questions for us so that we can answer them, answer any questions that you have. It also enters you in for a chance to win a $250 NFM gift card. We've got another question here. Can you have multiple login as different family members?
So that's only if you get the family account. Okay. So if you have the personal account, it'll be only under that one email, that one account. The price difference is a matter of like $30. So I think instead of buying multiple different personal accounts, you would just get the family and then have that spanning across multiple different accounts. You would each get 1 terabyte of cloud storage. So that's 6 for the whole value of the family account. So again, yeah, 6 terabytes total, 1 terabyte per account. And you can use that across all your devices. And one thing I do want to say is you can download these, with Windows devices, with Macs, with Chromebooks. It's not just Microsoft and like Windows operating systems that these can resonate with. You can download them on any device, no matter the operating system.
Yeah, sounds good. That was actually a question that we just got.
There we
So
go.
it worked out perfectly. What accessories for each device would you suggest getting?
Yeah, so I think for the Surface laptop, I think the accessories are going to skew a little differently. So we'll have the Surface mouse, the Arc mouse. So if that's something you're interested in using, kind of a physical mouse aside from the trackpad, the Arc mouse is best for you. Also, if you are somebody who needs to accommodate for multiple accessories, I would say the dock is best for you as well. It comes with more ports. This does not have HDMI, so if you need to hook up to additional screens, HDMI port you would need through a dock. But when we get over to the Surface Pro, I would recommend the keyboard always. I think it's amazing with the keyboard. You kind of get that tablet, that PC form factor, and then obviously the pen to be able to interact with the screen directly.
Yeah, and we just got a question if these devices are on display in the NFM store. Here in the Omaha location, we do have all of these devices on display. These two are Cooper's, or this one is ours, sorry. But we have the 15-inch, the 13.8, the 13-inch, and then the two Surface Pros on display.
Yeah, and that's going to be the 13 and the 12-inch.
Yeah, and Surface devices, are all of them touchscreen?
Yes, all of the Surface devices are touchscreen.
Yeah,
all to say there.
Perfect. Let's see if we get any more. In Microsoft Suite, what are the cost of getting Microsoft Suites, and or the 365 or Home Office family plans?
Yeah, so this one starts at $99. The family plan, since you're getting more accounts, starts at $129. And then, do we have a price point on this one over there? The
I
Office
think
Home.
we've got them at $142 right now on sale.
Okay, there you go.
I think standard is $149, so if you catch it on sale, that's good. Got no questions at the moment. Just remember, guys, keep commenting, asking questions. Enter yourself in for a chance to win a $250 NFM gift card.
And I think this is a great time to be talking about these devices as well, right? We're approaching Black Friday. Things are going to be going on sale. So if you come down to NFM, there will be deals on these devices. So if you're looking for a new PC, maybe you're someone who has a Windows 10 device that's 5-10 years old that you're looking to upgrade because you can't get Windows 11 on it. It's a great time to look into upgrading your PC, and a great time to do it now because things are going to be at a lower cost.
Is there any kid mode on these devices?
There's definitely like settings where you can filter out certain applications or certain websites, things like that. So you can make it safe for children if you want them to play on it. Yeah.
Perfect. There's any more questions? Just remember, guys, keep asking questions, keep commenting so that you can enter yourself in for a chance to win a gift card. Let's see, we're getting something. Is there any other features on these that you think you might want to go over again?
I mean, aside from the whole Copilot plus PC aspect of them, there are some great features just kind of additionally with the device. So we have some of these have OLED displays, super efficient keyboards. It's really easy to type on these, haptic touchpads. So no matter where you're clicking, you're going to get that haptic feedback. So it's not hard to click in some spots. So it's just kind of the run-of-the-mill type things that you see with these PCs. Let's go into learn about this PC here, and we'll kind of see those here. So we'll see the OLED display. And if you come into NFM, I highly recommend you do, so you can interact with these devices, right? Buying a PC isn't something that you should really take lightly. It's a pretty big investment, something that you use with productivity in your personal life to pretty much host your life. So come down to NFM, try these out, really get your hands on the devices, see what you can do with these. Another kind of feature of these are going to be the Copilot key. So all the Surface products will come with this Copilot key here. You click it and then Copilot will pop up and you'll be able to automatically type and ask it anything and use that as a resource there. So kind of another way to speak to the AI integration of these devices is having that Copilot accessibility directly on the keyboard, making it easy to use.
Yeah, and then we had a question for NFM financing. Yes, we do finance. On purchases over $599, we do have 18 months deferred interest, which pretty much all these Surface products will hit that. So you'll get 18 months deferred interest for those. Other than that, that's about all the questions that we had. So I think we can go ahead and wrap it up. Cooper, thank you for coming in and telling us about the Microsoft products.
Thanks for having me.
Yep, and just want to remind you guys, until 11:25, we will be live streaming every day. So go ahead and come into the live stream, answer questions, or ask questions, sorry. Leave your comments, and every day you'll be entered for another chance to win a $250 NFM gift card.